If you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Let some more people come in. Everett. Chris, hello. I need to make a note for myself. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Um, Peebo Bryson. Who's that? Conley, hello. Tostada Tuesday? Well, that's not exactly how it works, but who is he? Oh, we got polls closing soon. You just lost an argument with a roll of toilet paper? How does that work? An R&B artist. Okay, maybe I've heard some of his stuff and the name just doesn't ring a bell. Ohio loves me? I highly doubt that. As much shit as I talk about Ohio. We got primary election results coming up in New Jersey, in Iowa, in California. Do I think any of the MAGA people went to LA to vote for Spencer Pratt? God, I hope so. Lord, do I hope so. That would be spectacular. If you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough. Let's turn this all the way down. And let's get this going on in the background here. Just got home from Ohio. Yes, I try to avoid Ohio. St. Thomas, Ontario. Have a good show, bud. Well, thank you very much. Voted in Sacramento. Right on. Okay, so what do we have? New Jersey, House 5, Josh Guttenberg projected winner. House 5 Republican, Sean Corraine. That's going to represent the Republicans. Thank you for the laughing disco, Jay. Ohio is too close to Kentucky. We don't need to be starting state wars here tonight. Ohio is the Florida of the North. That's accurate. That's accurate. Projected winner in New Jersey House 9, Nalita Poo for the Democrats. Carmen Bucco for the Republicans is going to win House 10, the nomination for House 10. Do I think Republicans only run on culture wars? No, they also run on lower taxes, but it doesn't ever typically translate to lower taxes for the working class the same way it does for corporations, 1%. But predominantly it's on culture wars. Iowa polls close in 53 minutes. Grunge is okay. The Ohio license plate always reminds you of the Land O'Lakes butter packaging. Well, I guess I don't know what an Ohio license plate looks like. So let's see. Oh, it's got a little barn. It's from Rolling Hills. That's an old one. Hang on. Nirvana is one of my most hated bands. Instant turn of the radio if Nirvana comes on. Instant. Georgia, hello. No, never did find the source of the noise. We think it might have been some pressure being let off. There's a lot of underground gas lines, natural gas lines running on through this area. Brian, it's fine. They're not calling a winner for the Democratic side in District 7 yet. Ashton, hello. The Republicans locked in their nominee for District 7, but the Democrats do not have theirs yet. New Jersey Senate seat, Cory Booker wins nomination again. Shauna, hello. Warpy, exactly. Indeed, Capitol Hill. Are we frozen here? Or buffering? Gross, a fat Democrat. You haven't mastered the scroll option yet? I know it's a difficult one. Maybe have a child assist you. Damon Galdo has won the Republican nomination for New Jersey House 1. Uh, was there a big lizard in your backyard? No. Good evening from the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Good evening back at you. Jeff Van Drew wins wins nomination for the Republicans in House 2. Oh, no, I don't have one of those in my backyard. No. We got Kornacki going on in the background. spitting out some election results as they come in. Good evening from the Commonwealth of Tennessee. Dead Milkman reference. Big Lizard. Oh, there you go. Good bumfuck Mississippi. Been through there a couple of times. Why do you guys always be fucking bums down there? What are you viewing as your source? Would love to know. I've got NBC News Steve Kornacki on live. I just have the volume turned down. As Kornacki spits out results, I can see him here on the screen live. It is hot in Illinois right now. Well, I mean, warm in Illinois. You guys are probably a little bit hotter in central Illinois than we are. We've been in the upper 70s, low 80s here, and it's going down into like the 50s at night. New Jersey District 12. They're not calling for the Democratic nominee yet. The Democratic nominee in 9 has been chosen, but the Republican nominee has not. Stuart, Florida, hello. The reason why Tom is racism, poverty, and a whole lot of stupid people. Okay, 84 in Seattle today. I'm ready for the rain again. I slapped on some Yes today and immediately realized that Chris Squire is way underrated as a bassist. I always overlook him in discussions. You have an opinion on Chris Squire? Not really. I guess I don't. Okay, what is this he's got here? Oh, he's just looking at one county. Okay. Thanks for your questions about third parties. I support a third party because I believe third parties are the reason why we have Donald Trump. People who vote third party are the reason why we have Donald Trump. Whether you believe they're bought and paid for, it doesn't matter. It's if you vote third party, you are helping elect Donald Trump. Is the governor of California being chosen today? No, that's in November. It's primaries today. 81-45, maybe. If Donnie doesn't issue them a pardon like Biden did for Hunter. Do I like Trump? Not on any level. Becerra v. Hilton is what it looks like it might be. That's what everybody is. What all the numbers say it's leaning towards. If you guys could tap the hell out of the screen or the heart button, that would be greatly appreciated. I think Becerra is heading towards a victory there. Yes. Shredded, not liquid, Evan. They are two candidates running for the governorship in California. Your grandkids don't like Trump? Yeah, mine neither. But they have a lot of influence, obviously, in their life around people who are anti-Trump. What is this? Oh, quit breaking down the counties and tell me who won the district. I certainly hope not, Bubbles. No, he hasn't, Chris. No, he hasn't. Um, well, screwy. I mean, it doesn't have to go in liquid though. Vote red no matter what. Yeah, that's you're in the wrong room, champ. Good evening, Carrie. Yeah, we get him from time to time, Barb. All right, zoom out and give me the whole damn district. Okay, District 7. Rebecca Bennett is in the lead with 47.8, but only 19% of the vote in. How's your newest grandkid, by the way? He's figuring out a sleep schedule, which, as you can understand, in the first couple of weeks of life might be a tad bit difficult. The Democrats' Pied Piper strategy is why we ended up with Trump. Elaborate, Kevin. Wisconsinite mom says hi. Well, hello. What is this here? The Dodgers have a better chance of winning the World Series at home, and it hasn't happened since 1963. Then LA or Chicago electing a Republican mayor, or California, Illinois electing a Republican governor. Actually, Illinois has a long history of electing Republican governors. It's just not going to happen this cycle. Mixed up days and nights for babies. Yeah, I don't know if that. I mean, he's just. I don't know if his nights are all mixed up or if he's really gassy. Glad you're watching all that data scroll babies on demand until 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 8 if they have tummy troubles. Yeah, Tommy was really gassy, and it took him a minute to figure. It took us a minute to figure what he needed, and then get him on a good sleep schedule. Jim Edgar, Republican, former Republican governor of Illinois, was one of our best governors. Brian, hello. What is this? Add a Q&A sticker? No, we're not doing that. Well, thank you, 428. I guess we keep voting for the red and blue teams, thinking anything will change. Both answer to the corporate overlords. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but they are the only two that are going to win. Okay. And I'm gonna hammer this point home between now and November if it fucking kills me. They are the only two that are gonna win. It's only the Republican or the Democrat. I don't give a fuck who the Libertarian candidate is. I don't give a fuck who the Green Party candidate is. I don't give a fuck who you want to write in. The Republican or the Democrat is going to win. And if you would normally vote for the Democrat, but you don't like the Democratic Party right now or the candidate that they're going to put forth, and therefore you don't vote for the Democrat, you are helping the Republican win. The reason why we have Trump is not because of Trumpers. It is because of apathetic Democrats who didn't turn out in 16 and 24. Thank you very much for the $2 tip, man. Amen. Blue in California. Now he's looking at Iowa. Thank the Democrats for Trump. The Democrats voted for the only person that could beat Trump. So John Dodo, you honestly believe had Kamala Harris been president, we would have the exact same country we have now? Or if Hillary Clinton had won, we would have had the same Supreme Court or the same rulings or the same tariffs or all of that? You think that that would have been the same? Doesn't matter who gets in. That's what you think, right? I listen before John McCain picked Sarah Palin. I like John McCain. Screwy, take it easy. That doesn't answer my question, John. That's just more bumper sticker speak. Would the country have been the same if Hillary or Kamala had won? So you're tap dancing around the question because you know that the answer is hell no, it wouldn't be the same. But you still want to stand out there and give me this. They're two sides of the same fucking bird, or whatever bullshit line it is that you want to give out there. Oh, now you want to flat out say you're telling me that this country would be the same if Hillary Clinton had won? You're a fucking imbecile. You're an idiot. You think Hillary Clinton would have appointed the same Supreme Court justices? You think Hillary Clinton would have used our soldiers as pawns in the midterm to send them to the southern border? You think we would have had the tariff wars? You think we would have had to bail out the fucking farmers? You're a fucking imbecile. You are a fucking rock solid idiot. And then he comes back with fat ass deadhead. And that proves what a fucking imbecile you are. There you go. Yep. They always out themselves. The real reason why we have Trump and they want to blame it on everybody else. Wheeler, thank you very much for the $2 tip. Well, JJ, now I'm purposely not going to check my P.O. box for a prolonged period of time. Do I think Donald Trump hates Trump Jr. the most out of all of his children? Without question. Take it easy, Johnny Quid. Trump 2028, you're an idiot too. Bye. If you're going to be an idiot, we're just going to get rid of you. That's two. Who else? maybe the Dems should have had a primary instead of handpicking a candidate, that would have satisfied you? So if they had a primary and Kamala Harris won, would you have voted for Kamala Harris? And they did have a primary in which Joe Biden won with Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris was good enough to be a heartbeat away from the presidency, but not good enough to run for the presidency. But I mean, let's go back to the first question. You said they should have had a primary. If they had a primary and Kamala Harris won, would you have voted for Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris is a right winger. This is why we have Trump, folks. And this is why we're going to continue to see Republicans win elections because of people like this. Bernie bros are exactly why we had the first term. There's the breaking news about that R&B singer that you guys had mentioned earlier. Do I know who Casey Kasem is? Yes, absolutely. No, I consider Kamala Harris to be moderate, but she's definitely not a right winger. And she's not far left. I don't like the far left or the far right. But to say that Kamala Harris was a right winger is an absolutely idiotic statement to make. I'm the reason there's no left in the United States. And what the fuck are you? Are you not part of the left? I love how a retired landscaper from Chicagoland is the reason why we're having political shifts in the nation. I'm the reason there's no left in America. Jesus fucking Christ. They let you people vote, don't they? Unfucking believable. Yeah, I didn't realize how powerful I was either. Thank you for the $1.99 tip, my man. 54% of Americans read below a sixth grade level, as we're seeing in tonight's comment section. Yes, I have heard about the protests that are going on in New Jersey. It's the latest hotspot attracting all of the people. Thank you for the star, Sean. AI is eventually going to be a very big problem. Jill Stein did well with the Arab American vote. Maybe the Dems could take note. We should take note of somebody that couldn't win a fucking district in this country. That's what we should take note on. Somebody that can't win a fucking district, let alone a state. Yeah, let me fucking break out the notepad. What should we be taking note of? How to lick Putin's ass? Because that's what she is. She's a Putin apologist. When do you ever hear from Jill Stein? Ever. Every 4 years when it's time to run for president and they need somebody that's going to pull some Democratic votes away from somebody. Here comes Jill Stein. And who is she financially backed by? Russian oligarchs. Where was Jill Stein celebrating at? Moscow. Jill Stein every 4 years when the money faucet opens up. Bingo. Hang on a second. LOL. Bernie supported Clinton after losing in the primary, and he is the reason for her loss? Question mark. She lost because she was a lousy candidate. Okay. Here, I'll give you the fucking reason why she lost right now. I made this note a very long time ago, 2016, right after the election. Hang on, let me pull it up. Lisa Remillard is going live on June 3rd. Interesting. There we go. Okay, here we go. No problem. No, sorry. In 2016, exit polling from 2016 shows us that the number of people who physically voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary, but then didn't abstain from voting, didn't write in Bernie, switched their vote to Donald Trump, voted for Bernie in the primary, and switched to Trump in the general election. In Wisconsin, that number is 51,000. Hillary Clinton lost Wisconsin by 22,000 votes. In Michigan, the number of people that voted for Bernie in the primary and Trump in the general is 49,000, and Hillary lost Michigan by 10,000 votes. And in Pennsylvania, the number of people that voted for Bernie in the primary but voted for Donald Trump in the general election is 116,000, and she lost Pennsylvania by 44,000. That means if just half of the people that voted for Bernie in the primary but switched their vote to Donald Trump in the general election in 2016, if half of those people in those three states vote for the Democrat rather than the Republican, we never have Donald Trump's first term. We never have the Supreme Court. We don't lose Roe v. Wade. We don't have the tariff wars. And oh, by the way, exit polling from 2016 shows that of the people that switched from Bernie in the primary to Trump in the general election, 75% agreed with the following statement upon being asked during exit polling: if only blacks worked harder, they'd be as well off as whites. You don't ever fucking tell me that it's the Democrats and Hillary Clinton that cost that lost that election. Burners installed Donald Trump in 2016 because they were pissed off at Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders stayed in the fucking race in 2016 when he was mathematically eliminated. Fuck the super delegates. When he was mathematically eliminated from the fucking delegate count, he stayed in it. And then, yes, once he got out, he threw his support behind Hillary Clinton, but it didn't get to his fucking people. It didn't get to his 51,000 in Wisconsin, 49,000 in Michigan, and 116,000 in Pennsylvania. Switched their votes from fucking Bernie Sanders in the primary to Donald Trump in the fucking general election. That's why we have a Donald Trump. That's why. Not Hillary, not the fucking the Republican, the Democratic Party, not the primary process. That's why. And then in 2024, we had the fucking protest votes because Kamala Harris wouldn't come out and be 100% against Israel. Well, how do you like what's going on in fucking Gaza now? You're exactly right, Brian. Had those people not voted the way they did in 2016, January 6th never happens because Donald Trump never serves his first term. Don't fucking tell me how the fucking election went in 2016. I've been looking at these fucking numbers ever since 2016. The current crop of Republicans would have been Democrats would have been Republicans. It sounds like I keep hearing more fucking reasons why you won't vote for a Democrat and allow more Trump like people to get elected. Are the current batch of Democrats fascist? Because that's what the Republicans are. That's what it's down to. Are you going to vote for an American or are you going to vote for a fucking fascist? Or are you not going to vote and allow the fascists to get in again? I didn't say it was Bernie's fault. I said it was Bernie supporters' fault. You guys have got to listen to the words that come out of my fucking mouth, man. I had a problem with the fact that Bernie Sanders stayed in after he was mathematically eliminated, but I have always told you that the reason why Donald Trump got elected the first time is because of Bernie Sanders supporters, burners, not Bernie burners. Bernie can't make people go to the polls and vote a certain way. People have free will. And Bernie Sanders supporters decided that they were going to teach the Democratic Party a lesson in 2016. Well, congratulations. You taught the lesson. Now you have to own everything that comes with that lesson, which is the 6-3 conservative Supreme Court, the loss of Roe v. Wade, the gutting of the Voting Rights Act, any other shit fucking decision that comes out of that Supreme Court, all of the federal judges that have been approved, the trade wars, the bailouts of the farmers, both the first term and this term. The Democrats are the fascists. You're a fucking imbecile too. You're an imbecile too. I didn't say not all burners did it. These burners did it. These burners did. In these 3 key swing states, they handed the election to Donald Trump. And I'm going to take it a step further. In my 54 years of being alive, I have only ever met 2 voting bases that can't tell me a single fucking thing their guy stands for that they disagree with. 2, Trumpers and burners. Burners are the fucking MAGA of the left. That's all you got? I'm an imbecile? That's all I need. If you say that the Democrats are fascist, you're an imbecile. We have fascists in control right now. Do you think that people would be getting rounded up on streets by masked ICE agents if a Democrat was in control? You think that people would have their front doors knocked down by ICE agents without warrants? You think we would have concentration camps if Kamala Harris was the president? Do you think Renee Good and Alex Preddy would be alive today if Kamala Harris was the president? Yeah, you're an imbecile if you think that. You're a fucking idiot. No idea how Hillary Clinton would have handled COVID-19. Hopefully, she would have kept the pandemic response team in place that Obama had put there that Trump eventually gutted. Do you know the definition of fascism? Yes, I've done about 3 dozen videos on the subject. ICE used to be a way smaller organization than the Nazis. Yeah, exactly. Mhm. Yep. And people like him, in a reason to excuse the shit that people like him did to put Donald Trump in office, are going to give me this bullshit that, well, Democrats are just as fascist. No, they're not. It's absolutely moronically stupid to say. Hey, Kevin, who did you vote for in 16, 20, and 24, if you don't mind me asking, since we're having an open conversation? I can tell you who I voted for: Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris. Who did you vote for in those 3 elections in the general election? Joe Friday would be proud. Just the facts, man. No, I don't think they voted for Trump, but I also don't think they voted for the Democratic nominee. I could be wrong. BB's Ballroom, right? I do not vote for fascists, so I did not vote. Then you're the fuck out of here, man. You're gone. Sorry. You didn't vote and you're going to come in here and shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not playing that fucking game. Fucking moron. What a fucking imbecile. You have the fucking testicular fortitude to come in here and give me shit when I actually participate in the fucking system, when I actually cast a fucking ballot and you don't even fucking bother. Get fucked. I don't think the Bears should leave Chicago. Unfortunately, they're going to. It's either going to be Arlington Heights or it's going to be Hammond, Indiana, but I don't think that they should leave the city of Chicago. I think it should be in the city of Chicago. What, Courtney? The last horror movie I saw? Fucked if I know. My favorite is Halloween. That's my favorite franchise. What do you think about Democrats like John Fetterman? John Fetterman's a Republican. Give it time. He'll be a Republican probably right after the midterms. I think Graham Plattner is going to lose in Maine. I think the Democrats, I think they made a mistake in pushing out the governor of Maine. She's old, and I get it. I don't want these old people in office anymore. I also want to win the Senate seat, and she has proven she can win a statewide race in Maine. Graham Plattner has not, and he's got a lot of fucking baggage. A lot of fucking baggage. I'm telling you right now, I truly believe Susan Collins is going to win re-election there because Graham Plattner is going to be the nominee. Unfortunately, I understand they haven't had the primary yet, but she's pulled out. So I don't think that the Democrats are going to pick up Senate seats in Maine, nor do I think Democrats are going to pick up a Senate seat in Texas. In Maine, I don't think that they're going to pick up the Senate seat because Graham Plattner is the nominee. And in Texas, I think it's because it's Texas. And at the end of the day, the Republican always finds a way to win in Texas because it's fucking Texas. Doesn't matter that I like James Talarico. Doesn't matter that I think he would be a way better senator than Ken Paxton. The only thing that's got the Democrats even remotely gives the Democrats even remotely a chance is how much baggage Ken Paxton has. But once again, it's fucking Texas, and I think that when it's all said and done with, you're going to find that the senator from Texas is going to be Ken Paxton, the senator from Maine is going to be Susan Collins, and I think what you're going to see is that across the country, more moderate Democrats have won than progressive Democrats have won. And it ain't going to matter one fucking bit because the people on the far left are going to continue to go, but we need to move left, even though the country will have just shown them that they're not wanting to do that. I hope to fucking God James Talarico wins. You potted three geraniums. Fucking right on. You got like a little greenhouse or something, or you just like do it in like in your garage or something? Like it has a workbench area. Thoughts on maggots that say Democrats own slaves? Well, it is technically an accurate statement. It is the Democrats of the South that own the slaves. It is the Democrats of the South that broke away from the United States of America and seceded. It is the Democrats of the South that fought against the Republicans of the North in the Civil War. Where people stop explaining what happened is that back then Democrats were conservatives and Republicans were liberals. It, it, whenever Republicans go, well, Democrats own the slaves, I always go, okay, then why don't you guys want to tear down those statues of those evil Democratic slaveholders? Why don't you guys want to give reparations to the slaves that those evil Democrats owned? Why don't you guys want to help those descendants of those slaves that those evil Democrats owned? Why do you still want to fly that flag that those evil Democrats flew? And they always go, "Duh, duh, duh, duh," and you go, well, just give me a fucking answer, man. They trip all over themselves. Go, well, you're a libtard, and then that's how that ends. Ancient dork. It happened over time. It really did. It happened over time. How do you think the Republican Party moves on from the Trump brand, or do they continue with Trumpism? It all depends on if Trump is alive at the end of this term. If Mother Nature takes him, then they got a chance to begin to move on from him. If he's still alive, he's going to have incredible influence over the Republican Party, even post presidency. And his what he says is still going to fucking matter within the Republican Party. I think that they are tied into Trumpism until he's dead. The Southern strategy, indeed. Texas used to have a Democratic governor for the longest time. She was amazing. Just like Illinois had Republican governors. California has had Republican governors. Also, keep in mind, Obama won Florida twice. Listen, anything is possible in politics. No, his cult will not believe he's dead. When Donald Trump eventually passes away, I believe that anywhere from 20 to 30% of his base is simply not going to believe that he's dead. He's living in some fucking bunker underneath Mar-a-Lago somewhere running the world. And that's just the way they're just going to believe that until the day they die. Because these fucking people, I'm sorry, they're just fucking stupid. They're just fucking stupid. Motherfucker. Sorry, I got to check something real quick. Why do white supremacists only vote for Republicans? Because Republican ideals align with that of the Republican Party. 809, mama. Mama. That's what I'm talking about. Fucker. Exactly, Candy. And I don't think he was either for a minute. Anything is possible except the third party candidate gathering momentum. Yep, exactly. Exactly. And it's unfortunate. I don't like the two-party system either. But yes, that's exactly right. A third party candidate is not going to get it done in my lifetime. It is not possible until one of the two major parties splinter. It's not possible. It's never going to happen. It makes people feel good. And then we get this. No, it's not possible. Maggots are going to start a Scientology like cult to bow down to a statue of him, and it'll probably be a ton of ICE agents. Jesus Christ. Called me far left for wanting universal health care and universal pre-K. See, therein lies the problem. If you want what every other industrialized nation on the fucking planet wants, you're far left. And it's dumb as shit. It's so moronic that these people on the far right keep fighting for a healthcare system that fucks them over time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. I'm still Facebook friends with this fucking imbecile from Southern Indiana that I went to high school with. 7 layer loser, right? her life has amounted to dick with a side dish of jack shit. Government assistance has kept her and her whole fucking family alive for I don't know how goddamn long. Die hard Trumper, right? Bitching that she can't get this, bitching that she can't get that, taking the social media to bitch that. Well, now with our food stamps, we can't buy sweets and shit like that. It's like, are you really this fucking stupid? Are you really this fucking stupid? You are proudly tooting Trump's horn every fucking day on social media while simultaneously bitching about the effects his policies have on your life, but blaming it on the Democrats. Now, why can she do that? Because she's that fucking stupid, and Donald Trump knows how to manipulate stupid fucking people. So he can look somebody like her in the fucking face and go, it's the Democrats that did it, even though it's his policies that are doing it. It's a state level decision. Yeah. Well, in Indiana, it's all Republicans. But isn't it a state level decision because of the changes made at the federal level to Medicaid spending and Medicaid disbursement? Minnesota keeps moving to the right, though. I don't see that. I mean, they keep solidly electing Democratic officials.
Sorry, my cousin was calling to tell me Dolores passed away.
Who?
Dolores Lebanowski.
I don't know who that is. Maybe I do, but I just okay. Which cousin?
Sue.
Okay.
So when I saw she was calling,
Right. Yeah.
so my mom was like,
Bitch, don't start like that.
right? But her Nancy had called her to tell her Dolores passed away. So she was calling.
Okay. You got to go.
Well, it would be nice if I went and I would take my mom, but it's on Sunday.
And what's Sunday?
Bobby's party.
Oof.
So
What time is Poppy's party and what time is the thing?
Bobby's party's at 1. And the thing is 3 to 8. And then the funeral's on Monday. And Sue goes, I can drive you. But also she has to go and get Nancy. So like we'd have to go all the way to Alabama to go back out there. That's
Not good
crazy.
for you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love both of them dearly, but
We got gas money.
so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can go Sunday night.
You're still working on longs, right? Longs are done. All right, I can talk and schedule at the same time. Oh, but you don't have any shorts done, right? Okay. I am going to have to schedule some of those in, but I'll figure out where I can leave slots open for those.
Well, and one of them, it's listed as a long, but it's really a short. But it came over in the long form.
Okay. Yeah, every now and again it does. Let's see where we're at here. What's the number? Did you try any other AI? Okay. Yeah, some of these look good. 26. Okay. Yes.
I need to always work. I need to get a couple of good pictures of it, and then I might be able to make.
So I got to leave 2 spots open a day. How do you choose when to schedule videos? Is it really random? No, no, it isn't. So, I make a batch of content and then I schedule that content for YouTube. So, hang on. Okay. So, this shows me this part of my analytics shows me when people who follow my page and who view my videos are online or specifically on YouTube the most. And so I can see here based on day, you see it goes Sunday across to Saturday, and the darker the purple, the more people I have on. And so it typically starts in here in this 2 p.m. range. If you see that's all consistent all the way across the board. Couple of these days, half an hour earlier, but most of these days, the heavy starts at 2 p.m. So then my scheduling, I schedule only one an hour through some of the late morning and midday hours. And then once we get into the 2 p.m. hour, I schedule two an hour and I take that all the way down until 7 p.m., which is universally when most of my people get off of YouTube. So I use this set of analytics to determine how and when I want to schedule videos. So then I make these squares with these time slots. I have a date here. So one page covers 6 days, and I put the date here, and then I make little notes here for 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:32, 2:33, 3:34, 4:35, 5:30, 6:30, and 7 o'clock every day. You see how these are empty? These are filled in and crossed off. These are empty. These are the next few days. So now I have this batch of content sitting in front of me. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to schedule these and I'm going to mark them off here. And pick, I'll pick some of the more non-political, either lighthearted or just non-political stuff to post the earliest in the day. So 10:30, 11:30, that kind of shit. And then start getting into the more political shit as the day goes on. And so what Renee does is she goes through. So these are all you can see here. I got it. We're set for private here. I'm not showing anything that you shouldn't know. These were all sitting here with no titles and no descriptions. And Renee went through and see how they all have descriptions in them. And then they have the thumbnail, the image over here, which is what you see. Hang on. When you go to somebody's page initially, right? You land on somebody's page. So this is my page. You can see this here. This is the live that we're in right now. My profile picture, my description, yada yada yada. And then as you scroll down, you see my videos and you see these thumbnails. So that's what she does in the other room. I made content all day today. She then came home and did the thumbnails and the editing. And now they're sitting here in private waiting for me to schedule them for the next 2 days. And that's how that whole system works for us. Obama did win Florida and Ohio. How did those two states move so far right? Consistent messaging from the Republican Party. You doing all the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, dig deep. Don't forget across the street and wash yourself down, please. Interesting. Thanks for the insight. No problem. So I'm going to talk to you guys now and start doing some scheduling. I'm live, buddy. So that one we're going to go ahead and schedule for 10:30 tomorrow. Come on, schedule up. And then 10:30 the following day. So here, I'll show you. Here, I'll show you. So I want to, you see this video here, okay? It's about yelling at umpires at kids games, okay? You see here it says private. So I'm gonna click on private. It's gonna give me this drop box. I can move it from private to unlisted. I can move it to members only. I can move it to public, or I can schedule it. And this one I want to schedule for the 4th at 10:30 in the morning, Chicago time. And so now that slot's scheduled, and I just Right before that, scheduled the one for tomorrow at 10:30. Has Hal Sparks invited you on? No. I don't do sour cream of any kind, regular or Mexican. Not my jam. So we're gonna go 11:30 tomorrow. Chicago and 11:30 on your mother on the 4th. Time zone, Chicago. Because we run everything off of Central. Especially, you love Hal, especially when but tell him to have me on. I don't know. I'm down to go on damn near anybody's podcast. Oh no, I have looked old since the 90s, since long before Trump was even in politics. You're going to make fried ricotta with garlic, olive oil, black pepper, and salt to taste, with parsley and some hot fettuccine pasta. Add some pasta water. Interesting. So don't dig on the fettuccine stuff.
No, Tom, I'm gonna tell you right now, you would like feta.
Feta?
Yes. It's like Parmesan. It's a little bit more crumbly. Like a real pig.
Okay.
You should try.
Okay, so this is going to be 2 p.m. tomorrow. Two p.m. on the 4th. Munchies, man, great idea. What were you on? 6 months to learn so much about food from my country. Teresa, good evening. Feta is good in spaghetti sauce. YouTube is a lot of work. I don't know. Is it? I mean, I'm not sweating my ass off laying sod, so we're gonna go 2:30 tomorrow. So in my world, it's I mean it's work, but it's not, you know what I mean? Listen, there are days when I go, fuck, I'm exhausted. Um, but I get the point I'm trying to make is it's not the same kind of exhausted that I'm used to feeling from work. Chicago. Thank you, TWIMS. You're finishing up your 6th chicken spring roll. Better goat cheese for tomato. Michigan, hello. Do you think Trump being a celebrity helped before running helped him? Yes. You laid Assad once. Jesus Christ. No, I get dumb trolls. You think content creation is a lot harder? I don't. I don't. What am I looking for here? I can't believe Trump nominated. I mean, I can believe it, but fucking Bill Pulte to be DNI. Bill fucking Pulte to be DNI. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Cheese on toast saves the evening. Wait, oh, sorry. I was trying to read that and then flow state came in. Thank you for the flow state. What is it? Is there ever a good time? There it goes. To drink a V8? No. Get that? No. No. V8 you use to like cook. It goes in recipes and shit, but you don't drink V8. Good God.
Isn't that what a Bloody Mary is?
I don't know. Is it? I don't drink.
You haven't lived under a rock or something.
No, but I mean, I'm not a fucking Bloody Mary expert. I don't know what the fuck's in it. What's in a Bloody Mary, guys? Is it fucking V8?
It's tomato juice, which is V8. I don't know what the alcohol is for sure. Pretty sure it's vodka.
Mott's Clamato. Usually vodka. Matt's Clamato and vodka. What the fuck is Clamato?
Tomato juice. But V8's got like a bunch of vegetables in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like carrots and peas and I don't know.
It sounds like you're describing a fucking chicken pot pie.
It's, oh,
4 and
it's the original vegetable juice. It's carrots, celery, beets, parsley, lettuce, watercress, and spinach.
it's a lot of shit. It's a lot. That's a lot of shit. All right, now we're gonna schedule these. These ones with the new thumbnails. Let's go 4:30. And let's go 4:30 on the 4th. Your cousin is coming to visit Chicago for the first time. You're gonna make him try Malort. Attaboy. I'll stick with my devil's lettuce. Amen. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't like drinking. When it's called for, I'm sure at some point during the cruise I'm going to have a drink. But maybe a drink. Will Lily be able to drink? Yeah, she will be. No, no, she doesn't like drinking either. You drink way too much. You drank way too much from 19 to 26. Okay, so this is going to be 5 o'clock tomorrow. 5 o'clock on the 4th. Am I going to do a shot of it when I hit 500K? No, 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 no. I don't need to be doing shots of Malort for hitting 500K. There will be an acknowledgement of that when it happens. But no, we're not doing shots of Malort. Jesus Christ. Hell no. What are we looking at? 5:30 here. Let's go 5:30 tomorrow. And 5:30 on the 4th. And Chicago, and there you go. Is Octomom the world record holder for the person with the most fingers in her at once? What, Robert? Octomom. She's the woman who had octuplets. I don't know what the best donut spot in Illinois is. Down here in the southwest suburbs, we're particularly fond of a place called Home Cut Donuts in Joliet. What about them, Robert? I'm sorry, I missed what it was you were trying to say. My apologies. How many subscribers do I have right now? I have 361,000. Pregnant with 8 at once? Fuck that shit. Exactly. I can't even get pregnant, and I'm like, fuck that shit. That's crazy. Okay, so this has to go in the 6 p.m. slot tomorrow because that's a little bit more timely. And then this has to go in the 6:30 spot because that's equally as timely. Can't wait a day. And what's the next one here? That's going to be this one in the 7 o'clock spot. Okay. What do you think about Ken Paxton protecting children by forcing ID checks before downloading a weather app? I'm not familiar with that particular one. Bolingbrook Born, thank you for the $2 donation or tip. Valentina Veselova was a Russian peasant woman who lived during the 1800s and had 69 children. Fuck, what? I'm done? Awesome. Thank you very much. 69 children is just fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Um, so this is gonna go into, just give me 1 second here, guys. Six. $6.30 and 7. I would not let children download any apps. Parental controls use the Jesus Christ, French. Just saying something about a woman that had 69 kids. So you could kind of imagine where that went. This is going to go in the, okay, so we need to fill that 12:30 slot tomorrow. We'll put that there. And we'll go to the shorts. We'll pull a couple of these. Give me 1 minute, guys. The 4th at 12:30. You guys are literally watching me do my job right now. And no, we don't want that one. That one. The 4th at 1:30. Chicago schedule. Ch-ch-ch-ch. My workday is done. So, what are the last few things we want to talk about before I wrap it up? Do I see MAGA winning the mayor race in California? I hope not. But unfortunately, because of the way shit is going, breaking down out there, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. How's the new grandbaby? Trying to figure out when to sleep and when to scream. You went to school with a brother and sister 11 months apart? Yeah. Them parents they were getting busy immediately upon clearance. Okay, you guys can go ahead and start fucking again. All right, game on. A railroad I work for is laying off again. Fuck. Just came back from bike ride. You're still here. Yeah, but I won't be for very much longer. Your cousin and his wife are hosting Thanksgiving dinner this year, but I don't want to go because it's going to be a vegan Thanksgiving. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like, so what's like the main dish on a vegan Thanksgiving? We both had sandwiches for dinner tonight. I worked all day, and son had weightlifting, and went to the gym with his friends and worked out. And I needed to get my work done today because I got people coming to the house. I got a new door going in tomorrow, which is exciting. New front door. Mushroom. What? No, no. I'm good with no tofu turkey. And listen, if they want to have a vegan Thanksgiving, then they can have a vegan Thanksgiving. But no. Want to swing by for Thanksgiving? Maybe afterwards. Maybe we'll have a little dessert with you. But no, we're definitely not eating the main course there. And now for your gazpacho. No, we're not doing that. When will I eat deviled eggs again? I mean, if somebody has them at a barbecue or something like that throughout the course of the summer, but that's also very rare in my world. Deviled eggs next time around? Easter, probably. I don't have any idea what they would serve at a vegan Thanksgiving either. And you want to know the fucked up part about it is it's probably something that is going to be formed to look like meat. They're going to make something out of plant based that's going to look like a turkey breast or an actual turkey, and go look, it's just like the real thing. No, it's not the real thing. And if you want fucking meat, eat fucking meat. And if you don't want fucking meat, that's fine. You don't have to eat fucking meat. But don't invite me to a fucking Thanksgiving where ain't no fucking meat. I don't know if Burger King still has the meatless Whopper. I just farted and I'm no longer my friend. French is going through some shit tonight. How do you get the vegan to lie still in baking tray? I don't know. Eat before you go and then try it. Okay. That's why I said maybe swing by for dessert. Yeah, yeah, we can't make it for the main course, but we'll be by for dessert. I mean, how can a vegan fuck up dessert? You know what I mean? Because it's possible. Ron and April had the correct approach to vegan food. I don't. Oh, we kept throwing the bacon in the garbage. Jesus, Laura's taking a violent approach to getting them to lie still on the baking tray. She's just gonna walk up behind him and whack him in the head with a fucking coal shovel. Vegan dessert would not include pumpkin pie. I'm out. We're done. We're done. All good. Moving on with our lives. You guys enjoy Thanksgiving. A frying pan. Fucking skillet head. Oh. Congrats again, Granddad. Yes, thank you very much. Thanks, Tom, and cheers to the chat room, folks. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate that. You want to know the best part about having a new grandbaby? Is that while we're going to get to see him soon and hopefully often, right now, he could be screaming his head off or sleeping like a baby, and we wouldn't know because we don't have babies in this house. We will from like a night here, a weekend there, something like that. But right now, shh, 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 shh. That's the sound of no fucking babies crying. What are we doing? You want to say hi before we wrap it up? That sound was beautiful. Frankie, they're saying hi to you. They're saying hi to you. I want you to notice how they ran out of ink on his tail. Didn't they? Didn't they? They ran out of ink, but they got some spots on your nose. All right. Go on. We're going to be going to bed soon. Let's go. I got my nighttime pills right here. No dirty diapers to fill the air. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. It's like so pleasant. You know what I mean? The youngest human being in this house is a 14-year-old that looks like he's fucking 30. All the benefits, none of the negatives. Well, that's what I'm trying to say, right? And listen, it means that we're closer to the end of our life than we are the beginning of our life. We had all of those parental memories, and now we're going to experience grandparental experience memories with the granddaughters we have in Indiana, the grandson that we have here in Illinois, and who knows who else to come down the road. Favorite ice cream delivery system: cone, bowl, or sandwich? Well, it's going to be between cone and bowl. I do really love a good cone, but in the summertime, a bowl is really nice, or a big, huge coffee cup. You know what I mean? You know, like one of them fat ass Friends Coffee House coffee cups, and you can put all kinds of whipped cream and chocolate syrup and shit like that in there. Smokable, eatable. There you go. 4 professional adult kids. I'll be dead before I see grandkids. Sorry. Do you have any beard care advice? I buy my beard wash and my beard oil from Narrowway Homestead. That Go ahead and lock us up. That's Nate Petrosky. So I get that from him, and I wash my beard every other time I shower. Um, and every other time I wash my beard, I put beard oil in it. What fa? You sent me something in the mail? Oh, thank you very much. I'm simple. I just prefer cookies and cream uh ice cream with maybe some chocolate syrup or maybe some whipped cream. Oh, this sign? This was made by a follower. And here's the cool thing. Let me just before I do a zoom in on it. It's the exact same thing as on the other side, on the wall side. But if you're standing in this room, not looking at it through the camera, this is backwards. And he made this side backwards. So if I hung it on the wall here, you would be able to see it since everything else is, see how hate is backwards. But here he made this sign on this side inverted. Somebody that follows me on social media, and that's a solid piece of wood. They sent it with the hardware attached and everything. And like I said, on the other side are two different colored dancing teddy bears, and have the day you voted for in the right way if you're in the room holding it. And then they put my name at the bottom of it, Tom Paul Jr. So that was made by a follower. This was made by a follower. This is metal, and it was cut out with fire. I got to remember his name. I got it written down here, over here. I got to dig it out. I did a video about the piece though, and then a follower sent me this. This was hanging in their house for years. It's a pencil drawing of Jerry Garcia. It was matted and framed like this, hanging in their house. They were downsizing, and nobody in their family really wanted it, I guess, and so they just fucking sent it to me out of the blue. Somebody from Florida. And then, of course, I got a bunch of stuff back there on the shelves that followers have sent me. Having said all of that, I'm going to go put my feet up now. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you watch all of the content and get as many people as you can to come follow the page over here. It only helps me continue to do this on a daily basis, and create as much content as humanly possible for you. Remember, I put out 25 new videos a day on this channel for the most part, and I go live at least 3 to 4 times a week.